Hey Clearwater members, today's video is going to be a women's health educational video about menopause. So menopause is caused by the persistent and then precipitous decline in ovarian function. You start to have the symptoms of hot flashes, night sweats, maybe some mood swings, and then also a lot of people experience vaginal dryness and pain with sex. First thing we're going to want to make sure we do is know that it's not your thyroid or any other type of thing, pregnancy, malignancy. Those things all can be ruled out really easily and a lot of times just with history. The next thing we're going to want to determine is if it would be safe for you to use a hormonal supplement or not. People who shouldn't get a hormonal supplement are people who have had a history of blood clots, any type of liver issues, or if you have a history of heart disease, things of that nature, and we'll go through that together. And then we'll determine just how aggressive we need to be based on your symptoms and how well you respond to some low-hanging holistic fruit. So one of those things is going to be just mindfulness, understanding that you're going through a natural process and that there are many things that you can do just behaviorally to ameliorate the symptoms. Things like dressing in layers. So if you have a hot flash, you take off your clothes, or turning up the air conditioning at night. So if you ever are having sweats, then actually not being too uncomfortable, or sometimes just understanding that this is going to be a time when you might not get the best sleep. The other part of that is making sure that those symptoms are the absolute minimum that I can help them be. The first place we're going to start, and very holistically, is just with some supplements. And I have a litany of supplements that I can recommend to you, and I can send them all to you via your Fullscripts account with my recommendations on what would be perfect for you as an individual. Now, one of the first I'm going to recommend is probably going to be black cohosh, and then another is going to be soy products. They have xenoestrogens in them, which can help balance out your estrogen levels. The next thing that we're going to discuss is whether or not you actually need a hormonal supplementation. The first one we're going to reach for, in most cases, is going to be DHEA. DHEA is the parent compound for estrogen and testosterone. Your body always wants to have those in a nice balance. And while your ovaries are still functional, they have an enzyme in them called aromatase. Aromatase takes the DHEA and keeps your estrogen in balance with testosterone. Once we've kind of exhausted that option, then we'll discuss what your symptoms are and which direction we need to go. If you're having mostly vasomotor symptoms, which is the hot flashes and night sweats and things like that, then we have the option to use some pharmaceuticals that aren't exactly natural. Things like Prozac and Cymbalta. Now, you're not having these symptoms because you have a Prozac or Cymbalta deficiency. You're having them because you're having a hormonal deficiency. So our other option, if you're having vasomotor symptoms, is to give you estrogen. That'll usually be estradiol early on in menopause, and then estratriol later on. With the vasomotor symptoms, you're better off to get the medicine transcutaneously, meaning you're going to have a patch or a foam that you put on your thighs or a cream or something like that. You should really not be taking estrogen by mouth because it can cause those liver problems that were a contraindication at the beginning when we talked. Now, your next option is going to be if you're having vaginal symptoms, the vaginal burning or dryness or atrophy or pain with sex. If those are the symptoms that you're having, then we can use intravaginal DHA or intravaginal estrogen. There are many different ways to apply this. It can be a cream, sometimes it's a pill, and then another option is a ring. Our goal is to make sure you're not having this discomfort, whether it's the hot flashes and night sweats or the painful sex. We want you to have a nice, smooth transition into menopause so you can keep living a happy, healthy, productive, and satisfying life.